official voice of Mackie's Foundation International, Mackie's FM 90.5 MHz.
This is Maggie FM 90.5 MHz. The time is 7 o'clock. This is Maggie FM 90.5 MHz. The time is 7 o'clock.
.5 is the radio service of the Maggie Foundation International Broadcasting System. We are coming to you from Gunpowder City, Neighbor County. The time is now 3 minutes past 7 o'clock. And at this point, I'd like to welcome you to Maggie News Update, a news update that comes to you every Monday to Friday, beginning 7 to 7:15. In today's presentation, my name is Zika reporting. But ahead of the news is our today's scripture, and it's coming from the book of Proverbs 12 verse 2, and it says, "Good people obtain favor from the Lord, but he condemns those who deceive wicked schemes." And that our today's inspiration, and this verse highlights the contrast between righteousness and wickedness. And so it teaches It teaches that God blesses the righteous, right? Those who live with integrity, those who live with kindness, faithfulness, they receive God's favor, meaning they experience God's guardian, his protection, and his endless blessings. And he opposes the wicked, right? And so those who engage in deceitful or harmful plans face God's judgment. Their action may lead to success, but temporary, but then ultimately they will face the consequences of whatever thing they do on the face of this earth. And so, in essence, this verse encourages people, everyone, believers, to choose goodness and kindness, because God rewards those who do the right things, and he brings justice to the unjust. And so that is our today's inspirational message coming from the book of Proverbs 12 verse 2 this morning. Let's now take this break and we'll come back. We take our news update here on Maggie 90.5. Welcome back and thanks for rejoining us. Ahead of the 30th United Nations Climate Change Conference COP30 scheduled for November 30th, that's 10 to 21, 2025 in Belgium, Brazil, the Alliance for Peace, Justice and Human Rights, ABJA, and Action Aid Liberia have urged the government of Liberia through the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, to outline a clear roadmap of the country's national determined contributions NDCs, detailing its role in global climate efforts. In a press conference held over the weekend, representatives from ABJA and Action Aid Liberia highlighted the importance of promoting climate resilience and building a sustainable, equitable future for Liberia. Theophilus Freeman, focus person of APJHR, spoke on behalf of both organizations, stressing the need for a cooperative, inclusive, and sustainable approach for Liberia to make meaningful contributions to global climate change. Freeman emphasized that COP30 represents a crucial opportunity for Liberia to demonstrate its commitment to climate change by climate action by fostering collaboration, innovation, and empowering its citizens to create a sustainable future. He also underscored the significance of empowering Liberia's youth and securing financial support for climate initiatives, noting that investing in youth and climate action programs is vital for the country's success in tackling climate change. Freeman praised the efforts of both Action Aid and ABJA in advancing climate change in Liberia, noting that the organizations have worked diligently to support the governments in implementing its NDCs, focusing on climate resilience, sustainable agriculture, and promoting agroeconomic. Over the weekend, the Auditor General of the General Auditing Commission, the GAC, Mr. P. Gaswa Jackson, engaged with more than 100 students from the African Episcopal University, the AMEU Alumni Association, and the Young Political Leadership School African Alumni during the University Dialogue at the AMEU Campus Auditorium. The event Center on Accountability and Leadership was organized by the Youth, that's Young African Political Leadership School, while PSL African alumni with support from the Embassy of Sweden in Monrovia under the Democracy Advancement Program. Though the 2-hour dialogue, Auditor General Jackson shared insights on the role of GAC in combating corruption in the public sector. He highlighted the corruption needs that impede development across various government sectors, depriving citizens of essential services such as quality healthcare, education, and social services. After the event, Jackson expressed his appreciation on social media, stating it was a pleasure interacting with students of the African Methodist Episcopal University yesterday, speaking about the mandate and how activities at the General Auditing Commission contribute to enhancing transparency and accountability in the public funds. He further commended the students for their high level of engagement and passion during the symposium, citing it impressive. Eddie D. Jawulo, Executive Director of NAMUT, also praised the interaction, highlighting the significance of engaging young people who are directly impacted by corruption and poor leadership. Commerce Inspector General Doug Cooper has condemned the University of Liberia's decision to revoke his degree, accusing the university's administration of mishandling the institution. Cooper, who claimed to have graduated from the state-run university, expressed his disappointment after learning about the revocation of his degree through social media, rather than receiving direct communication from the university. The controversy across the U.S. investigative committee found Cooper guilty of academic fraud, recommending his prosecution. The committee's report alleged that Cooper paid $10,000 to university staff to impersonate a deceased student, allowing him to illegally obtain an undergraduate degree in public administration. The investigation into Cooper's academic credentials began when concerns were raised just before the September 10, 2024 commencement ceremony at the Alexandra Romeo Hector College of Business and Public Administration. In an interview with Front Page Africa, Cooper expressed frustration, stating that he was not given the opportunity to explain himself before the decision was made. Cooper, who has held several government positions, including superintendent of Nima County and the current Commerce Inspector General, said he is consulting with his lawyer to explore legal options and may file a lawsuit against the university. Cooper's educational background has been a topic of controversy. Some residents of Nima County claim that Cooper is not a high school graduate, that's why others suggest that he complemented his education. Despite the conflicting accounts, Cooper has held various government roles, including as city mayor of Gompa and development superintendent. The situation has sparked widespread frustrations among Nibians, some of whom have raised the administration of President Joseph Boakai of failing to uphold Cooper that's accountable for what they perceive as a scandal that undermines the country's educational system. The government of Liberia, through the Central Bank of Liberia, has initiated steps to establish a private pension scheme and an insurance commission in the country. CBL Executive Governor Henry Samuel disclosed this during an appearance before the Senate Committee on Banking and Currency on Friday, February 8, 2025. Samuel emphasized that the CBL is investing in the bank of the existing monopoly in Liberia's pension sector. Procurement processes will soon begin to conduct a study, which is expected to lay the foundation for the establishment of a private pension scheme in the country. Samuel also announced that the CBL has drafted an act for the creation of an insurance commission in Liberia. The validation workshop for the act is scheduled for this week, and once validated, it will be submitted to the National Legislature for passage into law. The establishment of the Insurance Commission will shift oversight of the insurance inspector from the CBL to the new body. Samuel addressed the issue of raising inflation, which reached double digits in February 2025. He stated that the CBL is committed to reducing inflation to sound digits within the year. To top control inflation, the CBL has introduced two new instruments allowing commercial banks to invest excess reserves within the bank. This move is aimed at controlling the currency in circulation and mangling the exchange rate. Samuel also urged lawmakers to pass an act that strengthens the CBL's independence, enabling the bank to intervene more effectively in the financial sector, particularly in cases involving commercial banks. Samuel highlighted plans for a deposit insurance fund through a deposit insurance scheme. The fund will provide commercial banks facing financial issues with a safety net, allowing them to seek assistance from the fund rather than from the central bank directly. He noted that while the level of deposits at commercial banks has been low, the deposit insurance scheme will help increase depositor confidence and coverage as the funds grow. Now to end this news presentation, we take our final development. But just before that, our today's scripture is coming from the book of Proverbs 12 verse 2. And finally, several students and staff of the John Wesley Pearson Extension High School remain stranded in Kakata after their vehicle was involved in an accident near Morris's Farm while returning from a school game in Montserrado County. 18 students sustained injuries, with 2 in critical condition. The driver of the vehicle failed to flee the scene, leaving the delegation in a difficult situation. According to C. Vinger, one of the delegation's leaders, some students are currently en route. Some students returned home yesterday, but 15 remain in Kakata receiving medical treatment. The injured students are being treated at the C.H. Rennie Hospital and the Morning Memorial Center, but the school is struggling to settle the medical bills, which currently amounts to 45,000 Liberian dollars, despite some support from the school's administration. Financial constraints persist. The group is now appealing to the public for assistance to help cover medical expenses and secure transportation for those still in Kakata. The school can be contacted through 0775 383 134 or 0775 098 306. And that's the news update this morning on Maggie FM 90.5. Can you join us this evening for the program Maggie News Flow at when we bring a week. And so on behalf of the presentation team, my name is Zika, and today have yourself a wonderful and God bless first working day of this week. And let me say happy birthday to Pastor Jack Pay. Wherever you are this morning, I want to wish you well as you celebrate your natal day on today to Pastor Jack Pay. Until then, Zika for today, goodbye.